Alright, well, welcome to another video on wild, edible, and medicinal plants. I just did several other videos today at this spot. A place where I found a lot of neat wildflowers last summer, or last spring, so I thought I'd come back. But what I'm looking for right now grows all over the place, in wet areas, and that is skunk cabbage, as you've already seen the title. And there is some growing right here nicely. I have a lot of memories of skunk cabbage. Growing up, it was all over the place on our farm. Might talk a little bit about that. But I'll turn you around. I see a nice little patch of it. Most of you probably already know what it looks like. We're going to talk about some edible and medicinal qualities of it as well. And as you can see, nice little patch of it right here. Still pretty young yet. They'll get a lot bigger. Got all kinds of little fiddleheads growing here too, but here it is, skunk cabbage. Like I said, these plants are still young. They'll get quite big yet. They do have a nice green color though. Growing all over the place out here. Of course, obviously the plant gets its name because of the smell. We tear a little bit off the bottom here. The plant has that smell to it. Very strong, skunky smell. But it brings back memories too. And that smell is part of its scientific name as well. Alright, well, I'm gonna find a place to sit. We're gonna talk a little bit about our friend the skunk cabbage here. Might have some interesting qualities to it that you did not know about. Let me show you the scientific name for our friend first. Symplocarpus fetidus, or fetid, because that last part just means it stinks. It's fetid. And Symplocarpus, what does that mean? Well, carpus refers to fruit. The carpel is the female part of the flower that turns into the fruit. And symplo means connected, so it means a bunch of connected fruits. And if you've ever seen the skunk cabbage, the result of the flower, it's like this little black ball, bunch of connected fruits. Kind of like a raspberry, or a blackberry. You know, blackberries are compound fruits. All those little bulbs on the blackberry are all little individual fruits, all fused together. So that's a Symplocarpus as well. And skunk cabbage fruit is the same thing. Of course, you can't really eat skunk cabbage fruit. Well, I guess you could try, but I doubt it'd be a pleasant experience. Yeah, the fruit of the skunk cabbage is like this little seed case, kind of hard. You see it in late fall. I'm going to show you a picture of what the skunk cabbage flowers look like. They bloom as early as February. They don't really look like flowers, so it's like this yellow ball inside a purple hood, but they're kind of cool, and there's some interesting facts about them, so I'm going to show you a picture of them first here. Now those flowers bloom in early February, like I said, and one interesting thing about skunk cabbage is that it produces its own heat. So a lot of times where it grows, even like late February, if there's still ice in the swamp, there's some cars going past here. Let them go by. If there's some ice growing in that swampy area, the skunk cabbage will actually melt the ice around it as it's growing up. So, and inside the skunk cabbage flowers, it can be as much as 20 degrees warmer, like in late winter, early spring. So if some bees are out on a warmer day, but it drops down into like freezing temps overnight, if they spend the night in the skunk cabbage flower, they won't freeze to death. It actually protects them. So it's kind of an interesting little fact about the skunk cabbage flower. It's actually a lot warmer than the surrounding temperatures around it, so it's like a little haven of warmth. If you're an insect that gets out, you know, in late winter, early spring, doesn't make it home in time to the warmth of the hive. Let's talk about the edibility of skunk cabbage. This might surprise you. Now I've often read that you can eat the leaves. I did bring that one leaf back. I've heard conflicting reports about this. Some people say you can eat the leaves at any stage as long as you boil them enough times to get the bad taste out of them, because they have some really bitter qualities to them. They contain something called calcium oxalate crystals, which can be very irritating to your mouth, even causing it to burn a little bit. I used to have goats on the farm, like I mentioned, and I fenced off this one area with tons of skunk cabbage, and they didn't touch it, except for one goat. One goat ran right up to it. It was like, oh, this big leafy plant to eat, and it took a big mouthful and spit it out right away. But they say that the very young leaves can be eaten, that you should cook them first. I'm tempted to try a raw leaf here for you, but at the same time, my notes say that can cause, you know, irritation or burning or swelling of the mouth, so I might pass on that. We'll see. I have to think about it a little bit more. But one thing I did learn is the roots. The roots are these like long, imagine a whole bunch of carrots growing out of the same plant. That's what the roots look like. Except they're more like yellowish, not orange. But I read, when I was researching this the other night, that you could dry the roots or roast the roots and grind them up into a flour that's kind of like cocoa. I thought that was interesting. But at the same time, I roasted dandelion roots in the past to make dandelion coffee, and those turned into like a very warm chocolatey smell as well, if I can talk right here. So in a sense, it's kind of interesting. So I might have to try that sometime. See if I can, you know, make, you know, cocoa flour from skunk cabbage roots. Not today though. So I'm contemplating just taking a little snippet of this. Nothing bad. So I took just a little small bit. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna try more. I'm not gonna, you know, test my luck. But it is a very young leaf. So they said the young leaves were, you know, the more safer ones to eat. So there you have it. I mean, if the leaves are older, I wouldn't try them, but, you know, very young leaf. You know, I'm not getting any kind of irritation in my mouth or anything. It doesn't even taste bad. So there you have it. I just ate skunk cabbage. Never thought I'd do that. All right, let's talk about some medicinal qualities next. I'm not gonna try anymore though. Now, as always, in all these edible medicinal plants, I say the same thing, but I'm gonna say it here again. If you ever do try to eat skunk cabbage like I just did, or use it medicinally, always do your own research. You know, make sure, obviously, you properly identified it, which is easy for skunk cabbage, but, you know, do your own research. Don't base what you do just solely on what you see me do in this video. Skunk cabbage does have some medicinal properties. It was once used to make a drug called dracontium. It was often used for things like respiratory illnesses, rheumatism, something called dropsy, which is also called edema, where you have like the swelling of your limbs. It's also used for nervous disorders, things like epilepsy and stuff like that. And I think the part of the plant they used was the roots. I know, like I said, the roots are like those long carrot-like things, like a whole bunch of them growing out from the base. And people dig those up and slice them into like little round circles and dry them. And I think some people actually make money by selling skunk cabbage root. I actually looked into it one time because, like I said, on the farm, I just had I had like 2 acres of skunk cabbage on the farm. And I thought, you know, I wonder if I could make some money off of it, but I didn't see anywhere where you could like sell it. But I know some people do make money off of, you know, digging up skunk cabbage root and cutting it and drying it and selling it. Now, if you think about doing some of that, I wouldn't do it on public land, but if you have some growing, you know, on your own land. Skunk cabbage is not rare. It grows like everywhere. In some cases, it's almost like a weed in some places, but. So skunk cabbage has been used medicinally in the past, and it still is used today. I've seen videos where people get all excited about seeing it because they want to dig it up for their herb collection or whatever. So that'll be it for skunk cabbage. It's a very interesting plant. Like I said, I have good memories of it. Like I said, I grew up on the farm. It was always one of the first signs of spring as well, and I just kind of have fond memories of it. Never ate any before until today. Still not suffering any side effects from that though. At least I don't think so. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. I gotta get home. It's getting a little chilly out here. Getting a little bit dark too. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be doing more of these videos in the future, so I'll see you around.